Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about why web page speed matters and how we can improve it, which is one of the biggest nightmare of everyone to speed up the website. So that's why we thought we should put all the questions and answers in this video. So we are going to start with the speeding process today. So first of all, let me start with that. The speed is one of the basic and one of the very important factor in SEO first lab. So that's why we need a very high speed website if you want to do a good SEO. You have to have a very fast website. So that's why this is one of the very basic questions you have to start with. First of all, if you want to have a high-speed website, you have to decide what kind of structure you are going to choose for the website. Let's say, well, we have two kind of structures here, as you can see. First one is static website, and another one is dynamic. Well, if you are planning a very simple personal website without any CMS system or without any dynamic blog systems, you can prefer static website, which has very low amount of codes and scripts in it, and there's no need to be rendered, and there's a very small journey which is required to visit the website. And if you are planning a huge website like online shopping or with CMS system or with any data process, if you require in the website, you have to choose dynamic website. And as you can see, they are very high scripts and database and codes are required in the dynamic website. Always dynamic website owners are worried about the speed process because they need to improve that. So how we can start it? Before we start, let me show you how that process works, like the render process works. If we compare static and dynamic website, uh, there are two different scenarios you can see. In the first scenario, in the first scenario, let's say if you are visiting a website which is static, there's a very small journey you can see here. You just request like www.yourwebsite.com, and then that request goes to the server, and server dig the files, ready-made HTML files, and there's very small render process, and then the server send all the files to your screen. You see there's a very small journey here. But once someone requests for a dynamic website, there's a very huge request, and there's a very huge process here. You see, the request goes to server first of all, and the server send another request to the database, and database dig all the data files and send it back to the server, and that server CPU process all the files and render it, and then send it back to your screen. You see there's a very big journey of the process here. So that's why dynamic websites needs to be optimized in terms of speed. So how can we improve it? First of all, we need a very good hosting with some options like light speed web server, high speed CPUs, and high speed capacity RAMs, and the internet speed of the server must be very good. For static websites, as I told you, that the journey is very small. So for static website, you need just a 3-core CPU and 1536 RAM would be enough for that. But if you are using a dynamic website, you need a good server, like with minimum 4-core CPU option, and the RAM must be starting with 2048 gigabyte RAM, and you can go with 6-core or 7 or 8-core, whatever. It depends on the price you are paying for that. You are willing to pay for that. So there are a couple of companies I have already used and I'm still using, and which are offering one of these, core CPUs options here. So you can maybe, take a look their hosting plans and decide what kind of hosting you are going to hire and launch your website in it. So there's another issue which is very important, is the CDN, Content Data Network application. This is also very, very important issue if you want a very high-speed website. So let me start with, how does CDN work? Uh, Once your website has a CDN services, your website is cloned at several servers all around the world. And if someone tried to visit your website from France and your server is in USA, let's say, you, uh, they get all the files from their local server into their screen. So the journey is, you see, there's a big journey from France to USA, but since your website, all the script and images files are in the local server, you can get these files just right back to your screen in a very short time. And as we compare with another options, which is without CDN application, you see there's a very long journey. A person from France is requesting a website, and then website comes all the way from USA to the French server, French device. So this is the reason why people are using uh, CDN services to speed up their website process. And there are some couple of companies I'm already using. You can also search on the internet. You can get some more, different companies who are offering CDN services. But I'm using Google Cloud and Cloudflare, and they are quite better in terms of CDN network services. Okay, image options. Images are one of the very, very important factors, which are how can I say, the dimensions of the images must be very low, and you have to decrease their sizes without give any single harm to the quality of the image. So in that case, first of all, what you have to do is you have to figure out which images are higher than, let's say, 500 kilobytes or whatever. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to just download Screaming Frog into your computer, which is free software. Let me show you. Just go to screamingfrog.co.uk and just download the software into your computer. And once you run the software, you can just write your URL here, just press the run button, and then once the crawl is completed, you can just go to the images and you can find the size of the images, and you can just pick up the very high images from from the from the directory of your website, and you can just decrease their sizes. So there are two different kind of alternatives to decrease the image size. First one is tiny PNG. I'm using already. Tiny PNG is one of the very good option to decrease the size of the images. Let's say the file sizes here is like 2.2 megabyte, and let's see what we get. Oops, we save 81% here. You see, we get 405.7 kilobytes. So this is one of the option. And another option is like you can change the file format into SVG format, which is very, very, very low weight format of the image. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to visit convertio.com.co, sorry, and then you can choose the file you are going to convert. And then once you choose the file, you can just choose SVG format and press convert button. So let's see what we get. You see, we get 143 kilobyte size here. So that means that SVG format is very, very low weight format you can use for a website to speed up your website speed. And so here's the TTFP, time to first byte, which is also very, very important factor to decrease the bounce rate of your website and speed up process. So how does it work? First of all, a user sends a request to the server, and then server sends the files in very different parts. The first part comes with the first byte, so, and then it starts to render, and then it's give all the files back to your machine. So in that case, what you can do is you can choose a very small animation here, which will come with the first byte, and which will say that your website is loading and please wait, don't leave it. So this is very important because once you have a good bounce rate of your website, your visitors will stay on your website, they will not leave your website, and they will be engaged. And once they have good engagement, that means good conversion. So to check this, you have to visit bytecheck.com, and then you can see the time of the first byte of your website here. Oops. Okay. So here's the time of TTFP time. It's 5,568 milliseconds, and if it's more than 1,000, that means you have to optimize your website speed, and you need to optimize the TTFP time, so people will not wait for your website to be load. So Databoostcom is the analytic again, which give you the render information of your website and fully load time and first byte time. You see, once you run your website in Databoostcom, you get the size of like the time of the first byte and the render time and the fully load time of your website, and then you get the total score, which says that 77% is better than most pages, keep going, but still you have some issues here. So once you have a good developer, you can share with these issues with your developer, and then you can ask him to optimize your website to get rid of this issue. Once you get rid of this issue, your score would be like maybe 90% or more than 95%, which is very, very good rate. And your website will be faster. So that's it. Thank you very much to listening me. Have a good day.